I don't believe this. I mean, seriously, this is completely unreal. I can't believe I didn't notice sooner. We need to have a talk, Aaron. Now, answer me.
June? What's going on? You seem like you're really upset. Was this something I did?
Yes, I'm talking about your job. You left your job looking for a better one, and now I hear you got a job as a janitor? And the worst part is, my friend saw you. She said you were cleaning the bathrooms at her office. I'm so humiliated.
Oh, well.
You said your old company was super shady and treated you horribly, so I can understand you wanting to leave and finding something better. But really? You thought being a janitor would be better? How? Ugh, I can't believe my friend saw you. Now all my other friends are gonna find out. My social life is ruined. What were you thinking taking a job like that?
June, I told you a while ago that I was looking at getting a job in a cleaning service company.
Yeah, and I thought you were joking. Why would someone who used to be a system engineer take a job as a janitor? Are you completely out of your mind?
Told you I was serious when I was applying. I was pretty clear it wasn't a joke.
I allowed you to quit your job because it sounded like you really were having a hard time. But why couldn't you pick up something in the same industry? At least something where you actually use your computer skills. Seriously, you need to explain yourself. Why did you get a job as a janitor?
Well, I've grown kinda tired of sitting at a desk and staring at a screen all day. I thought it'd be refreshing to do a bit of manual labour for a change.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. I only started dating you because system engineer sounded like a really cool and important job that paid a lot of money. You seemed like a man I could count on to support me. And now, not only have you thrown away that title and the paycheck that came with it, you've lowered yourself to the position of a janitor. That's like the lamest possible job I can think of.
Hey, now that's uncalled for. I'm disappointed in you, June. I didn't think you're the type of person who would judge someone based on their job like this.
Ugh, I'm not about to sit here and be lectured to by some loser janitor. Maybe try doing a job that puts you slightly above the level of a high school dropout. I'm done with you. We're breaking up. I refuse to waste one more second of my youth dating a janitor.
Oh yeah? Fine by me. Honestly, I should be thanking you for revealing this disgustingly elitist and bigoted side of yourself before our relationship progressed any further.
Oh, F off, janitor.
Don't ever message me again, June. Delete my number from your phone.
Oh, I'm not just deleting your number, I'm blocking you on all my social media accounts. If I ever see you again, it'll be way too soon. Actually, I think I'll call the police if you ever come within 50 feet of me. Goodbye, forever. Hey there, Aaron. It's been a while, huh? How have you been?
What's that?
Oh, don't pretend you've forgotten. It's me, silly.
No, I definitely either forgot who you are or never knew you in the first place.
Oh, you. Always the jokester. It's me, June.
June? Wait, oh god, no.
Hey, what's up with that reaction? I just messaged you for the first time in 7 years. Shouldn't you be a bit happier to hear from me?
I was actually feeling pretty happy until you texted me.
Oh, there you go, joking around again. It's okay, I know exactly what you're thinking right now. 7 years ago, right after you told me to delete your number, you realized that you made a huge mistake. And for all this time, you've been too shy to admit it, so you've been bottling up your feelings for me to the point they're about to burst. I figured I would do the favor of being the first one to bridge the gap and open the door back up to having something between us. So come on, Aaron. You can be more honest and tell me how you really feel.
Do you really want to know how I really feel? It's going to involve a lot of four-letter words.
You sure are stubborn, huh? Don't you at least want to say thank you to me? After all, it was my pop talk that made you what you are today.
What are you talking about?
You really worked your way up from a janitor to being the company president, and it's all thanks to my encouragement. And the cherry on top of your success story, now you get to marry me. Aren't you lucky?
Rather go back to cleaning toilets.
So tell me, how much are you making as the president now anyway? I need to know that before I allow you to marry me. If possible, could you send me last year's W-2 form? Just to make sure. You know what they say, trust but verify. If it seems like it'll be enough, then I'll allow you to propose to me.
It would seem that even after all these years, you haven't let go of your bigotry towards janitors.
Why would that matter? You're not a janitor anymore, are you? So hurry up and tell me your salary. This is a limited time offer that you don't want to miss.
Listen, June, I actually still clean toilets now.
Really?
Not just toilets. I clean restaurant kitchens covered in years of caked on grease and showers that haven't been used in years that are covered in mould and mildew. I also take requests for cleaning up houses where hoarders used to live. You know those ones you see on TV with trash piled all the way up to the ceiling? And sometimes I even do garbage collection.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously. I'm still doing cleaning work, June. And no, I'm not telling you my salary or giving you my freaking W-2 form. Seriously, what kind of person asks for that?
Oh my god. You're in even lower position than before? Aw man, I heard that you had become the company president, so I thought I could try and get back together with you. Good grief, and to think I almost let you marry me? I was being way too careless. I'm very disappointed in you, Aaron. You had 7 years to make something of yourself, and yet you haven't moved up the ladder at all. What a joke. Well, too bad for you. You could have had a chance to marry me, but not anymore. The offer is withdrawn.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Oh, that's exactly how I thought you'd react.
Yeah, how else am I supposed to react to someone with such a pathetic career trajectory as you? I'm blocking you again. Bye. Hey, what gives, Aaron? Why didn't you tell me? You tricked me. I met up with an old friend from high school today, and I got to talking about how much of a pathetic loser you still were after all this time. And do you know what she told me? That you're making more than $100,000 a year. You said you still do cleaning work, but you really meant that you run a company that does cleaning work. You're not still a janitor. Why did you lie to me like that? That was totally uncalled for. Company presidents don't clean toilets. They get their loser employees to do it for minimum wage. You're way too important to do basic manual labor like that. I see how it is now. It's all very clear to me. My mind is 100% made up. I'm gonna marry you after all. Let's go down to the courthouse right now. I'll come and pick you up. I'm gonna go put on my dress and makeup now. See you in a little bit.
What the?
Ah, there you are. You finally responded. Like I said, I'm on my way over there to pick you up. Just hold on a little bit longer, sweetie.
I've been married for a long time now.
What?
How did you manage to hear that I was a company president and making over $100,000 a year? But the fact that I'm married happened to slip past you. Are you serious?
You're really married?
June, do you know how much time has passed since we broke up?
Well, sure, it's been a while, but I figured that you still had feelings for me now.
Do you not remember that I called you disgustingly elitist and bigoted?
I can't believe it. Are you really not at all grateful that I gave you the push that led you to start your own company?
I didn't. When did I ever say I did? I became the president of the company I got hired into 7 years ago. I didn't start my own company.
What?
The former president had a son who was going to inherit the business, but ended up going to a different profession, so he started looking into handing off the reins to a company employee. And he was so impressed with my work ethic that he chose me. He started training me in how the business operates, and when he thought I was ready, he resigned and gave me his position. Ever since I took over as president, I still go out and do cleaning work right alongside my employees. It builds trust and helps me be a better company leader. And by the way, my wife is also a company employee. We met on the job.
Are you for real? You still clean toilets even though you're the president?
What can I say? I legitimately enjoy the work. It's both mentally and physically engaging, and it's really just plain fun. I've actually packed on about 15 pounds of muscle since I started doing this. I'm in pretty good shape. The best part, though, is the satisfying feeling of seeing somewhere that used to be filthy become sparkling clean. I was also able to use my experience as a system engineer to make some changes in the company and make the office staff's jobs a whole lot easier. I got the blessing of being genuinely appreciated by my employees in the office and on the job site, as well as my customers.
What is wrong with you? How can you be so happy-go-lucky about working a disgusting job? Jeez, I've got a lot of work to do, but don't worry, I'll have you whipped into shape in no time once we're married. Hurry up and divorce your current wife, okay? The sooner the better. I can go and pick up the paperwork at the courthouse later on this week.
I'm not marrying you.
What?
I couldn't have someone with your bigotry around me or my company. You'd probably make half my workers quit within a month. If this is supposed to be some kind of joke, it's not funny at all.
I'm not joking, I'm dead serious. Don't worry, we can talk about all this in person. I'll be at your house in a few minutes.
What? You're actually coming over here right now?
Well, duh, I'm gonna be your wife, aren't I? I'm not interested in a long-distance relationship.
Stay away from my house.
Okay, this house definitely passes the test. I'll be fine living here.
Oh God, you're actually here. Wait, what do you mean my house is huge?
I've always dreamed of living in a palatial manor like this. It's even got a giant backyard. It'll be perfect for all of our kids to run around and play in. I've been knocking on the door for like 10 minutes now. Hurry up and let me in.
That's not my house.
What?
Honestly, I have no idea where you are. It's not my house. The backyard isn't all that big.
Wait a second. How is this not your house? It's the biggest house in town, and the sign at the end of the driveway has your name on it.
You even know what my last name is?
Duh. Of course I do. It's only been 7 years. It's not like I'd actually forget my boyfriend's last name in that little time.
It's like my wife's last name when we got married.
You what?
Took my wife's last name. It's that simple. I hate to break it to you, but whoever owns that giant house you're at right now, it isn't me. I don't have any idea who they are. My old last name is pretty common.
Oh no.
I didn't do anything to you. You broke up with me. I don't need your permission or approval for anything that's happened in my life since then. It's none of your business.
But it is my business. I already moved out of my apartment for you. My parents got divorced and are both living in one-unit apartments, so I can't move back in with either of them. So you're my only option, Aaron. You have to let me stay with you. You're the only man for me.
I'm the only man for you, am I?
Yeah. I've never forgotten you for a single day over these 7 long years.
I wonder if you said something similar to the married man you slept with. By the way, how much did you have to pay his wife in damages?
Oh.
Pretty bold of you to sleep with your own boss, though. Guess that goes both ways. Plus, since your relationship had been going on for what, 5 years? Bet you managed to get a 6-figure judgment out of you.
Oh no, how? How did you find out about that? Did you check me out? What a creepy thing to do.
We both used to hang out with the same people in college and I still talk to them. So I don't really have to go out of my way to hear the latest gossip on your train wreck of a life. So yeah, I've been aware for some time that you've been asking a bunch of people for information about me. More than one person has come up to me to warn me about you.
Oh great. Isn't this just wonderful? Now how am I gonna pay off that damn lawsuit?
And with that, my suspicions are confirmed. You're just trying to get back together with me so I'd pay off the money you owe to your boyfriend's wife.
If you loved me, you would do that for me. You would do anything for me.
Okay. Well, I don't love you. Actually, I hate you. So I won't do anything for you.
You hate me?
I thought I'd made that more than clear through this conversation. Did you really need me to spell it out for you? Now, if you're still intent on storming into the house of a married man with children, I think you should keep one very important thing in mind. I'm armed. Do I make myself clear?
But where am I supposed to live now? And once my company found out I was sleeping with my boss, they fired me. What am I supposed to do? Tell me, Aaron.
Don't know, don't care. You're just facing the consequences of your actions.
Well then, could you at least let me live with you until I find a job and a new apartment?
Not a chance in hell.
Okay, then at least give me some money to tie me over until things settle down.
Not a chance in hell.
Come on, Aaron. What do I have to do to get you to help me?
There is not a thing you could possibly do that would ever get me to help you, June.
Please.
But even if that weren't the case, I'm right in the middle of a family vacation right now.
What? You're on vacation?
And I've already given you more than enough time out of my day, so I'll be getting back to my family now. Goodbye.
Aaron, wait!
My wife suggested to me that June probably got her hatred for janitors from her father. Before she started working at her current company, she actually used to work for a company that would send her to June's dad's company pretty frequently. And from what she says, he was an absolute monster to be around. He always treated the cleaning staff like they were trash. At one point, he disappeared though. It seems that he managed to get himself fired for repeated ethics violations. His wife divorced him too. Hearing that about her father, it totally makes sense why June turned out the way she did. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, as they say. Having run out of other options, June eventually decided that she'd go to her father for help. This, however, was a big, big mistake. Her unemployed and unemployable father was also riddled with debt from the lawsuit his former company filed against him. So now June was burdened with the task of working to pay off both her own lawsuit to her boyfriend's wife, as well as paying her dad's bills. It seems like she must have been really hard up for work though, because guess whose job application came across my desk a few weeks later? I looked it over, laughed, and promptly threw it in the trash.
Robert, your little brother Winston just got accepted into med school.
Oh, hey, Mom. Yeah, I just heard. Winston told me. I congratulated him.
Me, Winston, and your father are going out to a luxury sushi restaurant to celebrate the good news tonight. Obviously, you won't be joining us. All the reviews online said that this is the most luxurious restaurant in town, so it's clearly not appropriate for someone like you. You will, however, be footing the bill, so I expect you to make your way down to 5th Street the moment I message you to let you know we're done eating.
When you say the most luxurious restaurant in town, do you mean Sushi-licious Shenanigans, by any chance? You know, the place famous for being 3 times as expensive as most other luxury restaurants?
Of course. Unlike you, his moronic high school dropout big brother, Winston is intelligent and hard-working. He's by far mine and your father's favorite child, and we intend to reward him for his efforts.
You intend to reward him? On my dime? You've got some nerve. I thought you promised to stop doing this once I agreed to cover your debt repayments.
I don't see what that has to do with anything. But if you must insist on dragging it up, I think you should be grateful me and your father are granting you the privilege of repaying our debts. Think about it. Now you have a reason to drag your worthless backside out of bed in the morning and go to work. I won't be hearing another word of complaint out of you, boy. Do you hear me? If you know what's good for you, you'll keep your mouth shut and carry on working like a dog to support your beloved family.
I see. Hey, Big Pro, is now a good time? Winston? Why are you messaging me we're in the same house, you big doofus? I don't want Mom and Dad to hear what I'm about to say. Really? That was dramatic. Alright, well, fine by me, I guess. Listen, Robert. I'm thinking of giving up on becoming a doctor. Whoa, where in the holy frickin' Jesus balls did that come from? Did I eat magic mushrooms without anyone telling me or something? Why would you do that when you only have a year left before you graduate med school? You're almost done paying off Mom and Dad's debt, right? Yeah, actually I am. I should be done with the last repayment right around the time you graduate. But why? What does that have to do with anything? It's Mom and Dad. They told me what their plans are after I graduate and become a doctor. They said they both plan on quitting their jobs and having me provide for them for the rest of their lives. What the heck? And that's only what was actually said to me directly. When I left the room, I overheard them planning a bunch of expensive vacations and to buy tons of crazy expensive branded goods and accessories. House extensions, exotic labradoodles, vintage whiskeys, gold-plated toilet seat, a Ferrari. You name it, Robert. They're planning on buying it all with my money. I have no idea why they think they have an infallible right to my salary, but there you go. Jesus, bro, what am I even reading? They don't seem to have any idea that it'll still be an intern for at least a few years now that I've left med school. Which means I'll be on $40K a year at best. This probably goes without saying, but I'll be making way less than you do, right? Yeah, I guess so. Mom and Dad love to harp on about how being a high school dropout makes me a failure. But it was thanks to that I was able to start working so early. I've been at my company for 15 years now. I'm in an executive position and get an extra allowance for all the qualifications I've acquired over the years. Plus, I have the extra money I make from the side hustle I started 7 years ago. Right? That's what I thought. Exactly. That's why I'm so astonished they managed to convince themselves I'm going to be rolling in cash the second I get out of med school. Robert, listen. I want to move out of this house. Wow, are you serious? Are you really surprised? You want to leave yourself, right? They've put you through your fair share of crap too, haven't they? Not least among it, forcing you to drop out of high school so you could pay off their gambling debts. And then having the nerve to give you crap for being a high school dropout? Yeah, I guess you're right. The only reason I accepted to take over the repayments is because Uncle Joe was the one who lent him the money. Which means I never had any legal obligation to pay. That's not all. You cover my med school fees too, and I know that can't have come cheap. It's only thanks to you I was able to get in without going into debt myself. You're the one I want to repay my debt of gratitude to, Robert, not Mom and Dad. To be honest with you, they make me sick. Being unemployed despite being fully capable of working would be bad enough on its own. But now they're demanding to provide for them for the rest of their lives? What am I, freaking walking ATM? I can't get out of this house a moment too soon. Winston. Come with me, bro. What do you say? I know this might sound weird coming from me after I relied on your money so much. But you have a right to be free of our deranged parents too. To tell you the truth, I've been thinking about it for a while. Here's how the plan looks right now. I'm thinking of quitting my job at the insurance company and going freelance once I get done with Mom and Dad's debt repayments. To put it simply, I'm thinking of making my side hustle my main job and focusing solely on that. I see. I guess me graduating med school ties into that too, since you won't be covering my tuition fees anymore. Your outgoings are going to drop down in one full swoop, so you'll be able to make things work with just one job. I like it. Yep, you pretty much nailed it. When I'm a freelancer, I'll be able to go anywhere I like since I'll be working 100% remotely. Anywhere? Basically, what that means is that no matter which hospital you end up working in, no matter which state you end up moving to, it'll always be possible for me to be close by. Oh yeah, you're right. Obviously, from my perspective, I'd appreciate it if you chose somewhere with decent internet. Gotcha, bro. We only have about a year left before this becomes a reality. Yeah. Let's make the necessary preparations. Got it.
Excuse me, Robert. You have 1 week to get your things together and get out of this house.
What the hell? Where did that come from?
Your little brother's a rich doctor now, so we don't need your pathetic high school dropout salary anymore.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
Do I have to spell it out, Dumbo? It means Winston will be looking after me and your dad from here on out, so you're no longer necessary. Get out of our lives and never come back.
Winston's gonna provide for you both as a medical intern? How the hell do you expect him to do that? That's not fair, my brother. He's about to enter the workforce, and with that, one of the toughest periods of his life will begin. You expect him to take care of you guys at home as well as the mountain of work responsibilities he's inevitably going to end up with?
And what do you know about anything, you pitiful high school dropout? It might seem impossible to you because you earn breadcrumbs, but unlike you, Winston's actually going to have a respectable income. He's a doctor, you moron! I quit my job because with Winston's salary, I can get by without working.
Whoa. Say what now? You quit your job? No way. Did Dad quit too?
Of course he did. We recently got word that you got done paying off the last of our debts, so what with that and Winston finally becoming a doctor, we saw no need to continue. No matter how you look at it, there's zero need for either of us to work again for the rest of our lives. I take it your sulky tone means you understand, then? Fantastic. Now hurry up and start packing your things. Oh, one more thing. Me, Winston, and your father will all be going to the most luxurious sushi restaurant in town to celebrate him finally becoming a doctor. Make sure you come down to the restaurant to pay for our meals as soon as I message you, just like always, okay? Do I make myself clear?
Are you for real? You just kicked me out of the house and ordered me to get out of your lives forever. Why would I pay for your sushi? Are you insane?
Think of this as your final act of filial piety towards your parents who so very kindly raised you. It'll never make up for the monumental failure you became, but it's better than nothing. Make sure you have the money ready by tonight.
Do you mind if I say one last thing?
What is it?
Bye-bye. I'm taking Winston with me.
Huh?
Winston, you all ready? Yep. I'm all ready at the station like we agreed. Did Mom say anything to you about going out for sushi tonight? Sure, but I told her I can't go today because I have food poisoning. Wow, are they for real? They went to your congratulatory meal at the most expensive restaurant in town without you? No kidding. I'm not gonna complain though. The rotten personalities are giving us the perfect chance to make our escape. I never thought I'd say it, but just this one time, I'm grateful they're dicks. You're right. I'm so hyped, bro. I can't believe I finally get to escape their forced sushi nights. About that, my buddy from the old company knows a chef at that restaurant. Apparently, he said that he feels bad for you every time you go because they order the most expensive stuff on the menu for themselves, while you just sit there eating French fries all night. Were you holding back because you knew I was always the one paying? There's that, but there's also the fact I'm just not good with raw fish. I thought you knew. What can I say? I guess I really like their French fries. Oh, I see. Anyway, I'm about to head out on the next train. Sure thing. I'll follow you in like an hour, okay? Got it. See you at the next station. Roger that.
Robert! Are you there? Robert! What on earth did you just say to the chef at the sushi restaurant? He just told me you refused to pay because I said I never wanted to see you again.
Yes, that's exactly what I said. Did you need some kind of explanation? I'm not sure which part is hard to understand. You pretty much just disowned me, so I'll be leaving the house now and moving a long way away. Accordingly, paying for your luxury sushi is going to be a little difficult this time around. Anyway, didn't I just tell you to pay for your own damn meals? How are you surprised by any of this?
No, I can't. I just can't. Do you have any idea how much the bill came to? $1,600. Your father and I don't have that kind of money.
Yep, $1,600 sounds about normal. That's more or less what I was paying every time.
Huh?
Isn't it strange? Your worthless, good-for-nothing high school dropout son was able to pay every time without issue. But you and Dad are struggling?
Oh my god. Were you really paying this much every time? I had no idea it was so expensive.
Yep. Look on the bright side. At least Winston not being with you today should bring the total down a little. This is actually on the lower end of what I paid.
This is the lower end? Robert, how on earth do you have that much money?
Answer me this. How long do you think it's been since I started working?
What?
I've been working nonstop ever since I dropped out of high school. I've had promotions, gained qualifications, undergone transfers, and had lots of other extra allowances added to my salary along the way. When Winston started med school, I started working a side job to help cover his tuition fees. You didn't think I was still making the same money as I was at the convenience store. You didn't think I was still making the same money as I was at the convenience store I worked at when I dropped out of high school, did you?
Huh?
Now, Winston's done with med school. I'm also done paying off yours and Dad's debt, which, by the way, I had no obligation to pay off whatsoever, but did anyway out of the kindness of my heart. I don't need to make anywhere near as much money as I used to now, which is why I decided to quit my job and focus solely on what used to be my side job as a freelancer.
What's your side job?
Not telling you. I don't need you showing up on my doorstep begging, thanks.
Well, what about the bill for this sushi?
Like I said, pay for it yourself.
But we don't have the money.
Bye. Yo, Robert. I'm on the train right now, but I keep getting those damn messages from Mom complaining about how you won't pay the sushi bill. My God, is she seriously still harping on about that? I just left her on red. Nice. There's no need to dignify her with a response. Still, I gotta admit, I feel kind of bad for the sushi joint. I think I'm gonna ring my buddy and tell him to pass on an apology later on. Now, don't sweat it. Apparently Uncle Joe plans on paying this time around. I wonder if he actually will. Don't forget he was the one who lent Mom and Dad all that money back then. I wouldn't be surprised if he never wanted to give him another cent after how long it took him to get his money back. I came clean with everything this morning and finally told him it was me paying him back all along. To be honest, I'd be amazed if he dug them out of another hole after finding out they'd been lying to him for years. Jeez, bro. You sure know how to time things. Nice. Pure coincidence, I swear. Sure, we can go with that if you like. Seriously though, I wonder how they're going to support themselves without either of us around now. Neither of them have jobs. Mom was 19 when they got shotgun married after falling pregnant with you, right? They've got a way to go until they get their pensions. They have no choice. They're going to have to find new jobs. No kidding. Anyway, my train will be arriving soon. Alright. I'm sat on the bench at the platform. Let's head out of the station together. Yeah. How cool is this? Two brothers about to embark on their new lives in the big wide world together? I feel like an anime character. Cut it out, you weeb. You're in the real world now. You're right, though. I'm sure we're gonna face tons of challenges from here on out, but there's nothing we can't overcome together. Heck yeah. When I asked Uncle Joe about what became of the sushi incident later on, he explained that by some miracle, it turned out that my dad had just enough money left in his savings account to cover it. So they were allowed to leave the restaurant without cops being called. My old work buddy heard from the chef that the two of them are now officially banned from entering the restaurant for the rest of their lives. Apparently, he almost seemed overwhelmed with joy at the fact he'd never have to tolerate them again. As for what happened to our parents after that, they totally forgot I was the one who'd been paying the rent and utilities, which meant that before long their electricity, gas, and water ended up being totally shut off. Apparently, the landlord's currently in the process of filling out the paperwork to have them forcibly removed. And that's not all either. Being totally out of cash and being too lazy to work, they went into debt again, This time not with soft touch Uncle Joe, but with an underground loan shark who goes by the name of the Finger Snapper. Nobody heard from them after they got disowned by the entire family. Naturally, I have no intention of looking for them either.